2 days ago, we talked about grace. Yesterday, we talked about faith. Today, we are talking about what it means to be saved. And tomorrow, we're going to tie all three of them together. So when I went to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, I saw that saved means to deliver from sin, to rescue or deliver from danger or harm, to preserve or guard from injury, destruction, or loss, and to store in a computer or a storage device. It can also mean to put aside as a store or reserve. And right away, that made me think of the remnant. To spend less by, that's spending less money. To make necessary or avoid. To keep from being lost to an opponent. To prevent an opponent from scoring or winning. To rescue or deliver someone. To put aside money. To avoid unnecessary waste or expense. And to spend less. What's really interesting here is I go through this definition, I see so many of the attributes of God. He saves us from sin. He rescues and protects us from danger and harm. He preserves us from injury caused by our own behavior, destruction and loss. He puts us to the side. We are set apart for his glory and to serve him. He prevents the opponent, Satan, from winning or scoring. He keeps us from being lost to Satan. He helps us to avoid unnecessary waste and expense. All of those things mean to be saved. So what's the definition in the Bible? Well, the first word of saved in the New Testament is sozo, and hopefully I'm saying that right. And it means to save, deliver, protect, to heal, preserve, save, do well, be, or make whole. So as I started to look at the Bible verses that use this word save, of course, there were some very interesting things that jumped out. First of all, in some passages, this Greek word was translated as well, as in healthy. When Jesus healed people, they were made well. They were saved from their infirmity. They were saved from their disease. We are saved from our disease. Jesus paid the price, not just for our sin, but also for our disease on that cross. And we need to recognize the fact that we're already redeemed from the disease, even as we're experiencing it. So in Matthew 1:21, it says, "She will bear a son, and you shall call his name Jesus, for he will save," that's that word, "his people from their sins." Not just from their sins, but also from their disease. Matthew 8:25 says, "And they went and woke him, saying, 'Save us, Lord, we are perishing.'" This is when they're on their boat experiencing that storm. And Matthew 9:21, this is the woman who had the infirmity of bleeding. She said to herself, "If I only touch his garment, I will be made well." She recognized the power of that salvation. In Matthew 9:22, Jesus turned, and seeing her, he said, "Take heart, daughter, your faith has made you well." How did she get well? Because she had that interaction with Jesus and she put her faith and trust in that interaction. In Romans 5:9, it says, "Much more then, since we have now been declared righteous by his blood, we will be saved through him from wrath." Because we've declared that we are righteous, because we have been declared righteous, not by our works, but by his. In Romans 8:28, it says, "Now in this hope we were saved, yet hope that is seen is not hope, because who hopes for what is he sees?" That's why so many people think we are so ridiculous for having this faith, because they can't see it. In Romans 10:13, it says, "For everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved." All we have to do to access this salvation is to put our faith and trust in Jesus Christ and say, "Yes, I want you to be the Lord of my life." Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.